everyone, welcome back today to another video on this channel. And in today's video I am here, and as you know, today is an auspicious day. Yes, today we are celebrating the Platinum Jubilee of our independence. This day is a proud day for all Indians, and I wish you all a very happy Independence Day. So today I'm going to talk about a book whose author is from the British descent and is an Indian author, and his books are most favorite for all children, including adults. So take a guess who he is. Yes, you're right. It's none other than the favorite author, Ruskin Bond. Ruskin Bond, I love him with the bottom of my heart, and I've read many of his books. And today I am here with one of his marvelous books, that is The Perfect Murder. This book isn't actually written by Ruskin Bond, but he selected and compiled all the stories into one book. This book has a series of short stories, and yeah, without any further ado, let's dive into this marvelous book. So there are totally 8 stories in this book. The first story is The Perfect Murder by Stacey Armonia. Yes, this book just doesn't include the stories written by Ruskin Bond, but also includes the stories written by some amazing authors. So the first story, The Perfect Murder, let me tell you the gist of the story which is actually behind this book. In the dim corner of the cafe was planned the perfect murder. Paul had long since realized that the affair was not so easy of accomplishment as he had so early suggested. For the thing must be done without violence, without clues, without trace. So this story basically talks about two brothers who try to murder their own aunt so that they can get the benefit from the money which she has. She is rolling with money, that's why. But their plan fails. They have an unexpected twist coming up in the story, which I love. Each and every story in the book has an unexpected twist. It just doesn't go in the way you imagine. I love those kind of books. Make sure you comment more books which have some stories like this, and I'll make sure to read it and I'll review it to you guys. So yeah, this is all about the first story. Let's just jump into the second story, The Red-Headed League. So The Red-Headed League is written by Arthur Conan Doyle. Yes, Sherlock Holmes. Do you know Sherlock Holmes? Yes, of course everyone knows it. Arthur Conan Doyle created Sherlock Holmes, and this is another one of his detective things where a red-headed man is appointed just because he has red hairs in his head. Yes, that is weird, right? Yeah. But what does Mr. Sherlock Holmes do, the detective? Let's see in the book. If you read the book, you can get to know what happens. So the third story of the book is He Said It with Arsenic. This is written by Ruskin Bond, and it is one of my most favorite stories in this book. So what happens in the story is that the main character is anonymous. We don't know who the main character is, and he from the child he knew that his uncle was a criminal, and he never met his uncle. As he grew up, he became a famous writer just like Ruskin Bond, and after the first book, the main character was very famous. He started writing the next book when an unexpected visitor arrives to see him, and then the main character gets to know that it's his uncle. His uncle stays with him for many days, but he doesn't know what his uncle is up to, you know. His uncle comes weirdly and stays with him out of nowhere, and what happens? That's the question. The story goes very intriguing. I got captivated when his uncle tried to something like poison the main character. But the main character made a clever move, which I'm not gonna say. Make sure to read the story, then you'll get to know. So yeah, let me tell you the fourth story, the summary of the fourth story in the book. So the next story in this book is The Interruption by W.W. Jacobs. So let me tell you the plot of the story. What happens is that the main character, Spencer Goddard, is very happy. After his wife died, he is now happy after the funeral. He's happy because the money which his wife had now belonging to him. He is a greedy man, But then what happens is that an unexpected visitor arrives and sees him. There is an interruption. He was interrupted from the good thought which he had. Interruption. So what happens then? It got me dissolved into the story like anything, and I got interested in the story. This is my second most favorite story after He Said It with Arsenic. So now let's move on to the next story in the book. Next story is When Al Capone Was Ambushed by Jack Bilbo. So Jack Bilbo, in the story what happens is that Jack Bilbo is the main character, and when he was in his 20s, some American gangster robbed him, and now he had no money left. But after a few days, the same American gangster comes and gives food to Jack Bilbo, and he invites him into the gangsters gang. Yes, this American gangster gang. He invites Jack Bilbo to join. When Jack Bilbo came, he was with the second main character, who is Capone, and this Capone took him to the main boss. So Jack Bilbo got a job as the assistant of the main boss. So in the starting, it was a bit boring. Yes, I agree. But after that, I got interested in the story because something happens which is eye-catching, which is attracting, which I loved. And there comes a twist in the story. As I said, I love the stories which has twist, and make sure you guys comment down below other books which have some stories like this. So yes, today I've shared some of my most favorite stories in this book, The Perfect Merger by Ruskin Bond, out of 8 stories. I love these 5 stories so much. I've shared it with you guys. Make sure you to read the book if you really like this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a big thumbs up to this video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and turn on this push notification so that you get notified whenever I upload a new and amazing video in this channel. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, goodbye.